first and foremost, peace. It is the world's favorite cub, Chill City, and we are going to reply to some comments from a previous post on TikTok. With this video, we rocking a Stetson fur felt. That's what we rocking on this one. Let's hop into it. This thing has probably like over 400 comments. So we're gonna take some time and we're gonna go through these, maybe give my opinion, try to get through as many of these as possible. So let's jump right into it. So in context, the post that I posted was, what has your experience been with dating younger men? And these are some of the responses. Now before we get started, as you can see, we have the Chill City posters with the QR code. We also have behind me, gotta figure out which way to move my head, the satin, this is satin fabric, portraits of the world's favorite cub, different options on the website. And then also you have, man, I don't see how like the weather people be doing this on a green screen. You have the Cougar Talk t-shirts available online as well. Just check out the website. Link is in the bio or description. Pretty sure this is going to be on YouTube, so it's going to be somewhere in the description. So let's hop right into it. So this first one is from Jamaican K1. She says, inconsistent, OMG, definitely not ready for us. Now, look, there's a lot of general things that go on, or there's a lot of general statements that are made when I get posts like this. Not saying that it's wrong, not saying that it's right, but it would be helpful, right? Because Cougar Talk platform is about the education and also uplifting rather older women, right? So I would love, in response to this comment, I would love to hear an example, like inconsistent in what way, right? You know, because at the end of the day, we do want to help, we do want to educate, we do want to set cubs and cougars up for a successful relationship, right? So when you say inconsistent, what does that mean? Like, are you saying like inconsistent in what? Dating? Or even if dating, like what? Inconsistent in texting, inconsistent in calling. Maybe you're not getting the amount of time that you may want from that person. Inconsistent maybe in a physical way. Like, what does that mean? And even if that's the case, with the inconsistency bothering you, have you had that conversation up front about, hey, this is what I expect? And the reason why I ask that is because when I get statements like this, I oftentimes have conversations with these women or the cubs, you know, regardless of who it is. And a lot of times the issue is y'all didn't have this type of conversation in the beginning. There wasn't no expectations, which is beneficial for all relationships, right? This is what I'm expecting to give. This is what I'm expecting even in return, right? So a lot of times those conversations are not being had. And then later on you start to have this resentment like, oh, you're just inconsistent. So I would, Jamaican K, I would love to hear the examples, right? Like inconsistent in what type of way? Let's move on to the next one. Nettie Phillips, you said it's a learning experience for both partners. I agree. So you have a younger cub, 20s, 30s, regardless of the case, and then you have a cougar, 40s, 50s, 35, 40s, 50s, whatever the case may be. There is going to be a learning gap because you have such a vast range in life experience. There's going to be some things that the cougar has experienced that the cub has not. There's going to be some things on the flip side to what the cub has experienced and the cougar hasn't. So there is going to be like life-changing experiences with that. Even with my first 10-year gap relationships, there were a lot of things that I learned, not only about older women but about myself and what I was willing to tolerate, what I can handle at the time, what I can manage, what I was willing to handle, what I was willing to manage. So it is life changing, but I can always say that, or I can say so far that all of my experiences has been amazing, absolutely amazing, life changing experiences, y'all. No lie. All right, so let's get into the next one. And I'm just scrolling randomly through here. So if y'all not following me on, I don't know if y'all can see it. If y'all not following me on TikTok, make sure you following me on TikTok. Actually, it's TikTok's favorite cub. Yeah, on TikTok. Um, Somebody else says they don't want to date. They have the wrong intentions. And this is from Paisley1166. They don't want to date. They have the wrong intentions. Now look, I have made it very clear on my social media channels, on my reels, on my YouTube shorts, on my TikTok posts, whatever the case may be. Things like this, it does happen. Okay, we're not gonna sit here and act like, some of these young men don't have a fetish just to be with the older women. We're not gonna act like some older women don't want younger cubs just for the hanky panky. We're not gonna act like that doesn't happen, because it happens, right? It happens. Once again, this comes down to communication. This comes down to discernment. And if you follow me, especially on TikTok, you have heard me preach this so many times. People, please use discernment. This is why I always preach not to do the hanky panky so soon, because you miss so many red flags. Like, y'all miss so many red flags, or we as a people, we miss so many red flags because that physical level of new energy has now been brought into the picture. Whereas if you didn't do the hanky panky, I can guarantee you there would be some things that people would do that you would not mess with them no more, because you don't have that other attachment. You see what I'm saying? So Paisley, you're saying they don't want to date, they have the wrong intentions. You got to check that. You got to check that at the beginning. And this is for the Cubs too. You got to check that. If you're not on, like I am going into my 5th year of abstinence, I'm very upfront about my abstinence. Right? So if they don't want to still, date me, flirt, whatever the case may be, cool. It's all about being upfront, and it's all about communication. So please, Cougars, have these hard conversations like, hey, look, do you just want to do the hanky panky? Or, hey, I'm not looking to do that right away. Like, look, this is what I'm on. Yada yada yada, right? And then take it from there. And you can tell by if people are constantly bringing it up, if they got the wrong intentions, right? And then that's where you might want to, just go ahead and cut that, cut it off, or not entertain that level of romance, right? So it's communication at the end of the day too. Let's see. Let's keep going. It's no different. I'm trying to find a good one. Okay. Talana, and I hope I'm saying this right, y'all. Talana Douglas. She says, no clingy behavior, no lying or games, just an honest gentleman, and he loves my independence. See, and this is a great story. Now, I'm not just trying to find comments about the good stories or nothing like that, but this is a good one, right? And it's all about, no matter who you date, right? It's all about getting to know that person and seeing if they're a right fit for you. Just because he's young doesn't mean that he's going to be the perfect fit. You have some immature cubs. You have some mature cubs like myself, and then you have some immature cougars, and you have some mature cougars. So it's all about doing your due diligence with knowing that person and not just jumping into the relationship. So, Talana, I appreciate you saying that. Talana Douglas, no clingy behavior, no lying or games. You have some younger men that's like not about that. It's like, look, I want a real relationship. This is what I value. We have the same values. You would really be surprised at how many mature young men are out there that are looking for some meaningful relationships. They're not about the lying. They're not about the games. They're an honest gentleman, right? And they don't have a problem with a woman's independence. That doesn't intimidate them. That doesn't scare them. So, y'all have to do y'all due diligence. Somebody else posted, they said, this is, I hope I'm saying this right, Sadani Jordan 31. She said, "Why do they fall in love so quickly?" Look, some of y'all cougars, and correct me if I'm wrong, and some of y'all are gonna laugh when I say this. Some of y'all cougars, y'all know what y'all be doing. Some of these young men cannot handle that soon, that level of intimacy or that level of experience, and y'all know what I mean. You know what I mean, right? And it blows their mind. It blows their mind. They've never um, been intimate in that kind of way. They've never experienced the different things that may come with that level of intimacy with someone their own age. So when someone does it with so much confidence and so much ease, and it's something foreign to that young cub, like it can happen. It can happen. It can happen. It can happen. So y'all might want to ease up a little bit on some of these cubs. Kind of work them into it. Some of them a little bit wet behind the ears. You know what I'm saying?